What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NBA DFS contenders for Monday, January 18th. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all of our other content goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman so you can get updates to these sim results as we get closer to lock. I'm not on any shows today, so if you want any more thoughts from me, you better hit me up in our premium Slack, awesemo.com/join if you want to sign up, or hit me up on Twitter. That is where I will be posting my updates. Finally, let me know in the comments section who are your favorite plays today for Monday, January 18th. I don't know why I'm saying the date again like that, but that's where I'm at this morning. Rounding out the bottom of my top 10, Zach LaVine, Kyle Lowry, Anthony Davis, OG Anunoby, and Otto Porter on the outside looking in. Who will be my top favorites for today? It's time to find out. First up, number 5, Christian Wood, power forward eligibility, 9,800, projected for 48 fantasy points. You're looking for 56. He hits that goal 26% of the time. He's in the optimal 29% of the time. Gonna have a big usage boost. John Wall gonna be off the floor. Victor Oladipo will be there, but obviously no James Harden any longer. I've got Wood projected for 34 minutes. He's normally a 1.2 fantasy point per minute guy. Because of the usage increase for the guys being out for Houston and the pace, this is a big time pace up spot against the Bulls. I actually have Christian Wood more like a 1.4 fantasy point per minute guy. This is a huge spot for Wood. 25 and 12 is the baseline projection. You expect the scoring to be there. Chicago's defense, nothing to be all that nervous about. This is a monster day for Christian Wood. He's 9,800 now, which gives me a little bit of a pause on a 4-game slate, but I think his raw point ceiling is super high. I expect him to score pretty well. That's how you end up with a 25 and 12 baseline. I really like Houston. We've got more Rockets to come, but Christian Wood is number 5. We're staying in the same game. Number 4, Coby White, 7,500 point guard eligibility, projected for 35. The goal is 48. He only hits the goal 9% of the time, but he's in the optimal lineup 32% of the time. 36 minutes. He's been playing a ton. He's normally like a 0.87 fantasy point per minute guy. I think he's more like 0.95 in this one. So just shy of 1 fantasy point per minute. 18, 6.5, 5.5. Doing a little bit of everything for you. I like the way that he fills out the stat sheet. Chicago generally plays pretty quick, so this is relatively pace neutral for the Bulls. That's still fast. Both of these teams play incredibly quickly, so I love that aspect of it. Houston's defense, terrible. I love Christian Wood offensively, but defensively, he is a bit of Swiss cheese. Everybody kind of goes right through him. We're not really improving that when DeMarcus Cousins or something checks in. So ultimately, this is my favorite game of the day. That's why you see Christian Wood. That's why you see Otto Porter's name, Zach LaVine at the bottom. Now we've got Coby White. We still got more to come from this game, so make sure you're loading up on Bulls Rockets tonight. But for now, we're on to number 3. All right, guys, I get it. I know. Pump the brakes. Number 3 is PJ Tucker. I understand what I'm about to hear for this one. 4,100 power forward eligibility. I've got him projected for 22.5 fantasy points. The goal is 36. Now, everybody's going to agree in this piece. He hits that goal 3% of the time. That's not particularly often, and you're not surprised. That's PJ Tucker for you. But he's in the optimal lineup 33% of the time, and I think that's the key takeaway here. You're going to need to save some salary somewhere, and power forward is a spot where it is really beneficial to have a guy to pay down for. That is the way that the slate is looking right now. So while he isn't expected to go crazy, basically ever, his salary spot really works well for what you need on this 4-game slate. So I've got him in for 34 minutes. He's a 10% usage guy. I mean, you guys can see the projection on the screen, 7.5, 6.5. It's the pace up spot that helps a ton, but it's not really changing PJ Tucker. I have him at 0.64 fantasy points per minute as my baseline. He's only getting a 0.03 bump. This isn't anything crazy other than there's not really all that much value to be found on FanDuel so far. And if there isn't any value, PJ Tucker at 4,100 because of his minutes ends up looking like a play you might want to get to. The position is the key takeaway here. As we open up value, PJ Tucker will plummet. If we get any, maybe 1 or 2 guys that are sub 4,500 at any position that really open up a ton of value, PJ Tucker won't be anywhere near this. So pay attention to the news, pay attention to my updates. And this is the kind of thing you get if you play PJ Tucker. Number 2, LUKA DONCIC. He's 11,200. That's a big time price tag, especially with Christian Wood showing up in the top 5. you need a way to save the salary. That's how you get to Tucker, and that's why you get to Luka Doncic at 2. 54.5 point fantasy projection, 61 point goal. He hits the goal 26% of the time. He's in the optimal 34% of the time. Big minutes, 36, huge usage. I've got him at 38%. We're projecting 30.5, 10.5, and 7. That is an absolutely insane baseline projection. I'm assuming Kristaps Porzingis does not play on this back-to-back, just working his way back off of the meniscus surgery. Doesn't seem like a situation where they're going to run him out again. I honestly don't know right now. We've got plenty of time. It's 7:20. Lock isn't for another 12 hours, so we will know this, or at least we hope that we know this as the day goes on. But I'm assuming Porzingis is out. If that is the case, Luka Doncic looks incredible. 1.5 fantasy point per minute baseline. And that's exactly where I have him for this game against Toronto. So it's not even like I'm giving him some artificial boost. If he just plays to his normal rates, Luka Doncic looks incredible. Save some salary, pay up for Luka, print the money. This one feels great. 7,500, number one contender at shooting guard, Victor Oladipo, set to make his Houston Rockets debut. I've got him playing the full freight, 35 minutes, 28% usage. I'm giving him a usage bump. I assume that he just sort of resembles John Wall in this one. The game style is different, but I expect him to just be a usage guy for this team. If Wall were here, you'd have like close to 30% usage. I'm trying to, pump the brakes a little bit, giving him 28. And even when I do that, that puts him in the number one spot. He's too cheap for the role that he's going to have. Projected for 40, goals 48. He does that 22% of the time. He's in the optimal 41% of the time. You can see we took a big step up in tier. 21, 6, 5.5, 2 steals, huge pace up spot. I love every bit of this. As long as we are sure that Victor Oladipo is playing today for the Houston Rockets, he's a no doubt about it top play. Doesn't really matter what changes on the slate, particularly because at 7,500, he works in any sort of build. No matter what happens today, other than him being ruled out, Victor Oladipo is a top contender, but for right now, he is the number one contender on the slate. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders for Monday's 4-game main slate. I'm excited for it. I will be back again tomorrow morning with another edition of Contenders, so good luck tonight, guys, and I'll see you in the AM.